What's up, y'all? Thanks for tuning into my channel, The Stone Mandalorian, and I appreciate you checking out my video today. And I'm going to be taking a look at Anakin Skywalker, General Anakin Skywalker from the Clone Wars. And this was a Target exclusive around 2021. That was part of a wave of four figures, and three other figures were Pilot Hawk, Clone Trooper Echo, and General Obi-Wan Kenobi. Super stoked to finally have this and own this. I only have one other version of Anakin Skywalker in my entire collection, which is kind of nutty considering he is the main character in all of Star Wars. But give this little box of spin so y'all can check it out. This is reference packaging from the old school 3.75 inch Clone Wars figures that came out in 2008. You can see the little artwork of Anakin there from the animated series, and this is pretty cool. I remember seeing these types of boxes up on the shelves like way back in the day, obviously when Clone Wars first came out in 2008. Now, this figure does have some dated articulation. It's using the old 2013-2014 Revenge of the Sith Anakin Skywalker legs. And it's not a bad figure by any means. It's a lot better than General Obi-Wan Kenobi in my opinion. But super stoked to finally have another version of Anakin, especially this version of Anakin, just because Clone Wars animated series is so nostalgic to me. I grew up watching it, obviously, and for a while after 2005, that was the last little bit of Star Wars that we had, you know. Considering I was born in 95, I guess I'm a little bit spoiled, my generation is. We've had a pretty fair influx of Star Wars over the years for the most part. But let me quit blabbering and let's check out this figure. So here's Anakin out of the box, and dude, I am so stoked to finally have this in hand. Target exclusive, come out 2020 or 2021, I can't remember now. But man, just so cool to finally have. And now that I have it in hand, I actually see this soft goods skirt underneath the plastic skirt. I do also believe that the shoulder pads are on an O-ring system, which I'll give you all a closer look at all the details and articulation and sculpting and whatnot. But man, just super stoked to finally have this figure. I spent a little more on it than what I wanted to, but it is what it is. And now at the time of recording this, we've actually just gotten a pipeline from Hasbro, from the Black Series, for Clone Wars Anakin in his Clone Wars like armor from the Ahsoka live action show. So I'm a little bummed out because I knew it was coming, but I just couldn't wait any longer. My patience was starting to run so thin, and I found it from a guy that I've bought from before that is pretty reputable and is giving me some good deals in the past. Like I said, I did spend a little more on it than I wanted to, but it is what it is. The only other Anakin I had in my collection at this point in time was Little Annie. I don't even have like episode 2 version of Anakin or anything. So that being said, like this being the main character in all of Star Wars, and like it's probably one of the hardest characters and figures to get in a collection. But that being said, it does look incredible. It looks amazing on the shelf with Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. I've already got him a whole place set up and already had him on the shelf for a couple of days now. I'm filming this video far after when I first got it, but yeah, man, just super stoked to finally have it. Looks great. The face sculpt is what's not that great. Does not look like Hayden Christensen at all. It looks more like Michael Cera to me, which I think was not super bad. It was I get him and the Jesse Eisenberg guy mixed up. They look so similar, but I've also heard people refer to this as the Tom Holland figure because it does kind of resemble Tom Holland a little bit, which is funny. But yeah, once again, just to have Anakin in his Clone Wars armor, I grew up watching the 2008 animated series. I'm just very happy and elated to finally have this figure. But let's go ahead and get into the articulation and stuff like that. And here we are, finally taking a closer look at Anakin, the Target exclusive for 2020, 2021. I want to say it was 21 off the top of my head. And looking at, just lay him down. Anakin's saber here. We do have some silver paint or black paint on silver. A little dot of red there. Looks really nice. That is definitely Anakin's saber, no doubt about that. Got a very nice, vibrant blue here. Looks really good. And then getting on to Anakin himself, man. Oh, there we go. And this, going in and starting off, this does use, these legs are reuse of the Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith from that OG Anakin release. So they are double pinned legs. But that being said, you can get some in really good articulation, way below 90. Get that cap touches hamstring. But these being even older legs, it still stands pretty good. I would definitely like to see a new sculpted legs for the this new pipeline, the Ahsoka Clone Wars Anakin version. But it is kind of nice to have the soft goods skirt under here underneath this plastic that's malleable. That looks really nice. It's like a nice kind of burgundy maroon color. Looks really good. But yeah, okay. So I went over the knee. Ankles can go down about that far. They can go up a little bit. With the soft goods and his plastic robes, you can get a good split. You just got to roll them up, but you can get some okay split action. But it does start to the skirt and everything starts to kind of and oh, actually no. There we go. There's that 2013, 2014 articulation. Just these dumbbell joints. The technology just comes so far, so that's about as far as a split you're going to get out of him. Arms do spin 360 degrees. As you can see, we got that. This is on the O-ring shoulder system. So make sure y'all can see that. Yep. Which I really love the O-rings. It just like rides right around the shoulder joint, so you can get that articulation. It doesn't mess with it too much. Get a full T, no problem. Thanks to these awesome O-ring shoulder pads. Deep cut on the elbow, so you can get below 90 here. There's some elbow swivel. Got a horizontal hinge here on the right hand and a horizontal hinge on the left hand as well. It's funny because it looks like he's also got two trigger fingers. He's got like a regular wielding finger, but then even on the left hand, it looks like he's got like a trigger finger right here. There's a little bit of rotation right here. Not bad. Not really a whole lot of ab crunch. Head articulation, he can look up about that far. He can can't really look down a whole lot. Head spins 360 degrees. Get some nice head tilt here. Get a little bit of expression. Not bad at all. Looks like a double neck peg in here. Main thing, he can't look up that much is just because of the sculpt of the hair runs into the back. Yeah, really deep, really awesome figure for this being. Now I know these legs are, as I'm becoming a more, I don't want to say mature collector, but a more experienced collector. I don't mind the double pinned look, but the pinless is a lot cleaner. But the articulation you can get out of the double pinned is quite nice. But these Anakin legs are definitely outdated. He stands okay though. Like he doesn't stand terribly. Like you can get him to stand. But definitely would like to see some new legs for this figure, and definitely you could pretty much put your money on them giving him a new head sculpt. Whether or not it'll be like the DH version of Anakin or whatever, but we'll just have to see. Getting closer here to the sculpted details, if it'll focus. You can see Anakin's scar here on the left of his eye that he got from Massage Ventress. The hair looks actually really nice. The face sculpt does not look like Hayden. Like I said, Michael Cera or Tom Holland. But the hair is actually really nicely done. There's a little bit of a wash in there, it looks like. No, wait, hold on. No, I'm sorry, it's just the shadows from the light. There's no wash on this. No, there's no wash. But the hair does look really nice, and here's the back of the armor in his suit here. I like the mix of soft goods with the plastic. I'm not gonna lie. Here lately, when I first started collecting, I kind of preferred soft goods. It felt like more real to me. But uh, this being an action figure and me becoming more experienced with collecting, I actually really do enjoy the softer plastic. I feel like it just sits and looks better. You don't have to worry about the soft goods, like worrying about how it sits or if it looks flowy enough or whatever. Nice sculpt in here. Got some gray paint, very clean on his glove here, or his gauntlet, if you will. Again, got some. It's almost like a corduroy effect on his undersuit for the maroon color. It's got like a corduroy texture. You got a little hit of brass or gold right there on the belt and right here as well. Very cleanly applied. Little peg for lightsaber storage. And then once again, I've already talked about the Anakin Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith feet. But yeah, man, really solid figure. It looks good. It's aesthetically pleasing. Once again, just needs some new legs and a new face sculpt, and it would take this figure to a whole other level, man. And starting off from my side by side comparisons, I had to start off with some Thunder, man. And this is what I've been waiting so long for, is to have Anakin with Ahsoka and Obi-Wan. This is basically the trifecta bread and butter, steak and potatoes of the Clone Wars. Like, so many missions was this trio going and kicking ass, dude, taking names. Like, I've had this figure for a couple weeks now, and this still gets me giddy every time I look at it, seeing these three together. They are just like this on my shelf. Here on the right, obviously, is Padawan Ahsoka Tano, and on the left is the other one of four Target exclusive, along with this Anakin, General Obi-Wan Kenobi. And keeping this Jedi theme going, here on the left is Mace Windu, and on the right is Ki-Adi-Mundi. And here is Aayla Secura on the left, and Count Dooku on the right. Here on the right is the Clone Wars version of Maul, and on the left is Asajj Ventress. Here on the right is the brand new Ahsoka's 332nd on the 2023 clone body. And on the left is also the 2023 clone body, but the Phase 1 501st version. And just for fun, here is C-3PO, the archive version, of course. And on the right is the upscaled, correctly scaled R2-D2. That's the end of this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Once again, I am very happy to finally have this figure in my collection. It's just nice to have another version of Anakin, him being the main character of Star Wars, like I said earlier. And it being so hard to just come across a figure of him besides the newer little Annie. It just very pleased, man. Very pleased. He looks amazing in the Clone Wars section, light side section of my shelf. Really not a bad figure for it coming out, which 21, the line has come such a long way, but it's just funny to me that they did such a great job with pretty much everything but the legs and the head. But that being said, I'm just happy to have the Clone Wars version of Anakin, man. Let's be real. I am a little bummed out because my patience kind of ran thin on me, and I knew that a Clone Wars version of Anakin was coming, but instead I jumped the gun and decided to quote unquote bite the bullet and just go ahead and get it, because I was just so ready to have the Clone Wars version in my collection, growing up with the animated series and whatnot. And just, dude, like him, the main character of Star Wars, and he's not readily available, is just really crazy to me, dude. That's like not having a Stormtrooper or a Darth Vader available. Like, which for a while there it was hard to get some Vaders until the Kenobi came out, because ESB version went up like $40-$50. All right, I'm getting a little off track. Anyways, great figure. Other than the old 2014 Revenge of the Sith legs and the Michael Cera Tom Holland head, this is a really solid figure. It's very aesthetically pleasing. It fills the void that I had in that part of my collection. And once again, dude, it just looks so epic up on the shelf with Obi-Wan and Ahsoka. I just absolutely love it. But that is pretty much it. That's all I got to say. Otherwise, besides, don't go out and pay some 50, 60, 70 bucks on this figure, man. Just wait. Be a little more patient, because it didn't pan out for me and I rushed myself. But wait a couple more months to a year and you are going to be able to get this figure, maybe even a better version. Who knows? With the pipeline coming, they might, and it being new media, being the live action Ahsoka show, they may give him a brand new sculpt. They may do away with this entire thing. I doubt it. But it would be nice to see some new legs and a new head at least. And if they just reused everything else, I'd be fine with that. But that is pretty much it for this review. I appreciate you all watching and tuning in. I hope you're having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. May the Force be with you, always.